Hey, good morning, everybody. Appreciate you tuning in this morning. I'm going to share I'm going to share about with you about forgiveness today. Forgiveness is probably it's a need that everybody has. Certainly, we need forgiveness from God. Everyone needs that. But I want to talk to you a little bit today about forgiveness with each other. Listen, we'll all find a time in our lives, believe it or not, where we're going to need someone to forgive us for something. Um, we're also going to be required to forgive other people, and forgiving others can be so difficult, and it's just really hard depending on the situation. And I'm going to talk about a few things about that today. First, I want to share a little story with you, a parable that Jesus told in Matthew chapter 18. He starts in verse 21. I'm just going to tell you the story. I'm going to make up some numbers just to help the story make sense. Then I'll read the last verse or the last couple verses, whichever one I feel like. Jesus tells a story about a great king who was going to settle up accounts with his servants, and so he calls this one servant in, and he says it's time to settle our account. The servant owed him $1 million, and the servant said, "Master, I can't pay that. There's just no way. I don't have it. I need you to be patient. I'll pay you, but I need you to be patient and have a little mercy." And the king said, he said, "You know what?" He said, I'm just going to forgive the debt. I'm going to totally forgive it. I'm going to wipe it all away. You don't owe me anything." So the servant leaves. Of course, he's feeling great, but then he sees this guy across the street. He's walking down the street, and he sees a guy who owed him $20. And he ran over there across the street, and he put his hands on that man's neck, and he said, "You pay me what you owe me." And the guy he said, "Look, I don't have $20. He said, "If you'll give me a couple of days, I'll be sure and pay you." He said, "No, no, you have to pay me now." And he took the guy and he had him thrown into debtor's prison. Well, when the king heard about that, he called the servant back in, and he was furious. He was furious. And verse 33, I'm going to start verse 33. He said, "Should you not also have had compassion on your fellow servant, just as I had pity on you?" And his master was angry, and he delivered him to the torturers until he should pay all that was due to him. So my heavenly Father also will do to you if each of you from his heart does not forgive his brother his trespasses. Those are strong words when you think about them. Jesus says that's the way the Heavenly Father is going to treat you if you are unwilling to forgive. Some things that I think cause us to be unwilling to forgive or hurt our ability to forgive. One is we focus on the wrong that was done to us instead of focusing on the person. All he could see was the money. A man owed me $20. He didn't see anything about the person. He didn't see anything about who he was. He was a family man. He had kids. He had just lost his job. He didn't see anything about the person. We don't know anything about the people. All we can focus on is the wrong done to us. We need to try to shift our focus when somebody has hurt us, and we need to see them. We need to see them for who they are. You know who they are? They're people for whom Christ died. They're people that whom Christ is willing to forgive, and as a result, we should too. This kind of overlaps with my last one, but the other one is we overlook our own failures. Did he forget that just 5 minutes before he had been forgiven of $1 million, right? Did he forget? We overlook our own failures. We are the classic trying to take the speck out of the splinter out of somebody else's eye when we have a beam in our own eye. We are the epitome of that parable that Jesus used. We so overlook our own faults, but we can point out and see somebody else's faults bigger than others. We might want to take care of ourselves before we start trying to condemn others, which leads me to the last one. We think that we have the right to judge and condemn. We think that we know everything about the situation. We think that we know everything about the person. We think we're God. And as a result, we think that we have the right to judge and condemn somebody else. You see, the basis for us forgiving other people is because God, through Christ, forgave us completely and totally. He wiped our debt free. Tough words, they'll do your heart good. Forgive somebody. Get out there in faith today. God bless you guys. Love you. Bye.